Good morning. Welcome to Wednesday's Early Morning Intuitive Guidance. I'm Dr. Bonnie Nussbaum, here with some words of wisdom to give you something to think about and talk about and potentially make some changes in your life that are in a healthy direction for you. So we'll give it a minute here for everybody to begin popping on, and then we'll jump into our card and see what we have for today. But let's start as usual with some breath. Centering, grounding yourself, sending the roots down through your feet into Mother Earth. Spinning open your crown chakra, drawing in healing golden light. Good morning, Nancy. We are just doing a little breathing. Centering, grounding, sending those roots deep, deep, deep in. Out. Dropping your shoulders, wiggling around a little bit, feeling where the stuck points are. In, out. Let's add a little tapping. You can pick your spot. This is my favorite. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. And you just keep going for as long as feels good to you. How many of you are feeling some kind of a shift, an energetic shift the last couple of days? Good morning, Gwen. Glad you are here. I know I am. Feeling lighter, feeling more positive, feeling like some of the darkness has shifted a bit. Things are moving. What's been needing to be released, being released. So, and today's card kind of wraps up all of the things that we've been talking about lately, and I think you won't be surprised by it. We had it recently. I don't think within the last month or two we've had this card. So it's the Light Seers deck by Chris Ann, and again I'm going to move it close so you can see the eyes looking through the lids and the light at the third eye, because right now is a time when we're meant to be developing, good morning Joe Neal, welcome, where we're meant to be developing our non-basic five senses skills, our clairaudience, clairsentience, all of the our intuitive skills, all of the things that seem less tangible. It's not like an eyeball, but are huge gifts that we've been given, and they benefit us when we take the time to develop them. So I just finished last night reading fairy tale, and the ending was it was a wrap-up kind of ending, kind of like this card feels to me today. And the gist of it was that as she was doing her travels, and she went to Scotland and Ireland and England and a variety of places, there were all of these clues that were coming to her, and bits and bops that weren't quite fitting together as she's writing her book about fairies, because she needed a little more magic in her life. Anybody else feeling that? I know I am. But at the end of the book, all of the pieces coalesced into an insight that made her literally gasp. So really cool ending to the book. I highly recommend it. And today, from the Light Seers deck, our card is the Hierophant. And again, we had this card recently. So you can see the staircase to heaven with the light at the top. And he's kind of at the base of the stairs chuckling. So let's read what the Hierophant has to tell us. And it came out right side up. Good morning, Abigail. Glad you're here. Welcome, welcome. But I do like reading the inverted part also, because sometimes there's useful information in there. So the Light Seer part, this side up. Tradition, a lesson, spiritual leader or guide, enlightenment, awakening in service of the spirit, formal education or training, new paradigms. That's the one I'm going to highlight, underline, circle around. That's what we're creating right now in our world. New paradigms. The old stuff is falling apart. It's going out with quite a bang, but it's falling apart. Shadow Seer. So if this came out this way, and I kind of think if I had set the intention to pull this card for the United States, we would have gotten it inverted. Shadow Seer, outdated systems or ways of thinking. Dogma, rebelling against societal norms. Abuse of power. Stagnation, ego-based leadership, a need to connect with spirit. So, the narrative part, and again, listen with your intuitive self. Listen with your intuitive self. As you search for your divine truth, this is such little writing, I'm doing my best here, gonna get the bifocals kicked in. You create frameworks of belief that help you to expand your consciousness and ground your faith in this reality. Into this reality, because reality is constantly shifting. Yes, there are some aspects that seem to be solid, like gravity, but there's many other aspects that are shifting, and always have. Always have. Let's see. If you've been stuck in an old tradition or a structured way of acting or being that is no longer serving you, it is time to let it fall away in order to make space for a better version of you. Good morning, Gwen. Oh, thank you for putting that in there. I appreciate it. Much appreciated. The Hierophant serves as a gateway between the divine source and the seekers, thus the stairway to heaven, right? So he's sitting at the base, kind of waiting to have a chat with you. So open to new paradigms, perspectives, and teachers in your life. Look to the patterns around you and strive to understand your own internal compass. Again, how many messages have we gotten about going within and exploring and examining, that being our current frontier to learn about and to expand? Know that while there is wisdom in the teachings of the mystics, the voice of your own heart is the one voice that matters the most. Mic drop. Okay? Find the wisdom of the heavens within. Find the wisdom of the heavens within. Stop looking outside yourself for answers. Your answers are within you. And as you tap into those answers and live into those answers, you become a beacon in this world that desperately needs some fresh perspective. So, love this. So here is our affirmation for today. I am my own guru, and the guidance I need is rooted in my faith, my belief, and my unique essence. And that's not in the ego-based sense of the my. It's, what have I been gifted with? What am I charged with bringing forth? If I've been given these gifts, how am I meant to be using them to be of help to myself and to the world at large? So, I am my own guru, and the guidance I need is rooted in my faith, my belief, and my unique essence. So what new paradigms are you willing to approach? What new energy are you willing to turn loose from within you? What are some of the old paradigms that need casting off? And again, a lot of those systems are crashing around our ears at this point. Not the best method for going about this, but it'll probably get the job done. What do we need to do to honor ourselves, take good care of ourselves, be our own best friend and wise inner guide, and hold space for that for others? What do we need to clear out of our open field and offer to others? What do we need to hold space for? Lots of different ways to think about this. Pick one that works for you. Pick several that work for you. Because again, we're also moving away from the either this or that to this and that and this and that and this and that. And does that feel a little bit overwhelming given our current structure? Yes. But again, there's things within us that are dormant that will be coming online as we work to assimilate this and this and this and this. It calls for a different paradigm within. It calls for aspects of our DNA that have been dormant to activate. So out of this turmoil, chaos, difficulty, blah, 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 is going to come a better human being, a more tuned in human being, a more resonant human being. That's what we're moving toward. So that's our card for today. I'll show you one more time. The Hierophant. Connection between reality, changing reality, and the stairway to heaven. Connection to the divine. So have some fun with that today. Talk to somebody about it. Share what you've learned and that new paradigms are coming and what new paradigms you want to see in place, and ask other people what new paradigms do they want to see in place. Get people to think a little bigger. Have an awesome Wednesday. We'll see you again tomorrow. Remember, you're capable of far more than you think you are. Bye-bye.